Federal Health Minister urges Australians to reach out to their mates and check how they're coping. When day dawned just a few hours later, Mark Elder would head off to his corporate job and listen with incredulity to someone having a dummy spit over a PowerPoint presentation. It was exhausting and draining. There were many repeat callers. A woman might call to say she was in a relationship, and that the man was leaving post-it notes all over the city letting her know he loves her. Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., Mark's role as a crisis counselor at Lifeline was to listen to those people and help them work through their agony. "We had a lot of mental health issues," the 56-year-old Sydney-sider told News.com. "Oh, we weren't even sure if what they were experiencing was real. But it was real to them. We couldn't change their reality. Most important was to directly acknowledge what they were saying. Very few people who are having suicidal thoughts are asked, 'Are you thinking about killing yourself?'" He explains. "It's usually, 'You're not thinking of doing anything silly.' You learn how to listen and not to judge, not to jump straight in with options. We all nervously want to fix things and move on. It's about sitting next to your feelings. You're no good to anyone if you're drowning. I would say, 'I'm here with you and I know you're thinking of killing yourself.' It's a crystallized moment of pain. No one wants to kill themselves. They just want the pain to stop." Mark knows that firsthand. After discovering he had a chronic illness, which eventually forced him to leave his day job as a design director. "The day I found out I had early onset Parkinson's, I was going to my best friend's father's funeral and my father collapsed with a neurological condition. It was like Ferris Bueller's Day Off with no fun." He had to draw on the coping skills he'd learnt during those 4-hour calls with people teetering on the edge. And after realizing friends were seeking out his advice on nights out, he used his newfound free time to write a book, Get Yourself from Crisis to Coping: Mark's Techniques for Dealing with Your Lowest Moments. Statistically, people who attempt suicide tend to try it again. But whatever situation you're in, it's not for the rest of your life. Each time you deal with things, it gets easier. People get stuck on one track of thinking. You have to shift your perspective 5 or 10 degrees. We get overwhelmed with what's happening. Most people aren't taught how to process their internal world. Find a counselor to help you understand your thoughts. Own your own S***T. Pick apart who you are. A lot of people say, "I've had nothing but bad luck." But they've made a lot of bad or unfortunate choices. People thrive on a drama. It's like the Matrix. There's drama everywhere. You can add layers of anxiety. Get to know your emotions. Understand you have feelings. And feeling about feelings. Say you get angry all the time. And then disappointed at being angry. And then angry at being disappointed again. It's emotional ping-pong. When you're in your no problem area, those are the times to do some work on yourself. Don't wait until everything's gone to crap and you're freaking out. Read about different things. Look at mindfulness as CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Mindfulness is about inhabiting the time it is now. Not wishing or hoping, just accepting. We're not a very still culture. Not very present. We like to be distracted. We've lost the art of being resilient. Each time you learn skills that helps you toughen up, it's not about judging yourself but really understanding yourself. Not being afraid of your emotions. Breathe, think, feel. Exercise is fantastic. The best thing, even just walking. How you're feeling physically affects your emotions and how you think drives your feelings. My world flipped around. Dennis Maddock, 40, was in the military for more than 20 years, and had never dealt with his bouts of depression. He didn't even know what it was. But after a long-term relationship broke down and he found himself considering suicide, it was just complete darkness. Blackness. Nothing positive, he told News.com. "Oh, it was like someone was sitting on my shoulder telling me everything you do is worthless. You didn't do enough overseas to help. I was scared. I thought I was being weak. The military trains you that you're not having problems. You're successful and you've got to win. There are good programs but there's still a stigma. I never talked about my emotions, just bottled it up. Then it boiled over." Now a consultant on government projects in Canberra, Dennis called Lifeline and spoke to another ex-soldier, who told him it was okay for guys to ask for help. On his most intense call, Dennis spoke to a man who was about to take his life in his car, and stayed on the phone with him until he got home, before speaking to his wife, who took him to hospital. For Mark, quitting his job after contracting Parkinson's flipped his world around, and now he's trying to spread the message to men like Dennis before it's too late. "I knew there would be other times I felt down. A lot of emotional stuff goes with Parkinson's. I have to think. Those emotions are here. I'm going to deal with them and just figure out a way to keep going. I have a whole bag of things I can dive into. Meditation, walking. I don't think. Poor me. I'm a victim. Wishing I didn't have it isn't going to help. I consider myself a survivor. It's the cognitive message you give yourself. I actually feel really lucky. I've had great opportunities for work and more fun than anyone else. Feeling lucky really helps." Mark's book Get Yourself from Crisis to Coping is available online at Booktopia, Barnes & Noble, Amazon and Book Depository. If you need help, call Lifeline on 131114. Find out more about Are You OK? Day here. Emma.Reynolds@news.com.au